this isn't something I like to talk about because I don't like to be a part of the drama, but I will say that this has a silver lining at the end, so stay tuned if you haven't already figured out what this video is about by the thumbnail or the title. Now, voice acting is a very, very big thing to me. I like seeing the voice actors at play, and I want to be a voice actor myself, but it's situations like this that really do kind of scare me, you know, especially with the stuff that goes on with VAing and the possible problems that could happen. Now, Hoyoverse is obviously something I like to cover in general, and I think that this is a topic that needs to be covered for the fact that, one, it is a pretty big deal, and two, again, that silver lining at the end, that does show a lot of really, really good stuff happening for, you know, the company, and of course the voice actors in general. But it does really raise the question, what if this wasn't called out? So let's go ahead and talk about the situation that happened with the voice actors Brandon Winkler and of course Karina Boa Edgar, and of course it involves Hoyoverse and Formosa Interactive. So before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next video comes out. And of course leave a comment, would love to hear your guys' opinions on this, but without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we hop into the actual, you know, thick of it all, let's go ahead and first talk about the voice actors at play. Now, Brandon Winkler here is a voice actor that is voiced in 2 different Hoyoverse projects. He's voiced additional voices in Honkai Star Rail, and also as we go down here, because he's got a long, long list, he is actually the voice actor of some bandits and Kazuha's friend. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And Kazuha's friend that, you know, died at the hand of the Raiden Shogun. You may know him if you're a Sword Art Online fan for his role as Yu-Gi-Oh in Sword Art Online, but I digress. We're here to talk about Hoyoverse. Now, Brandon here went off on Twitter, and rightfully so, on, what was this, July 12th. After the 5th email with no response, this is regarding Genshin Impact, inexcusable for us as actors to be working 4+ months for pay when you make 86 million per month. Unfortunately, this is not an uncommon problem. It is really hard to justify working on something for the sake of work when you can't afford to eat. Many non-union productions have this problem. I've waited anywhere from 4 to 8 months for payment, and even then it isn't much to ask. 1,000 here, 500 there, and it adds up fast. I can only speak for myself, but I build my budget months in advance trying to accommodate this and not be a pain, because I love to act. I love working on games and shows these studios work on. A game like this, without a doubt, should be a union production. With all that said, I personally won't be working on this game anymore unless it goes under a union contract. I don't have much to lose from this choice, and if I'm lucky, I hope others will at least see where I'm coming from this choice. I'm sorry for the negative. If you don't know what he's referring to Formosa Interactive. Now, a lot of people, and we'll get to this a little bit later as well, thought that he was strictly talking about Hoyoverse, but let's go ahead and look at this tweet right here. Alright, can't sleep, last post so I can have my thoughts cleared. I've asked and emailed and called and everything else that is in my power as an actor to do with Formosa, and received little to no response. I can't go months without being paid. Other actors can, I'm sure, but I'm not at that place yet. I have bills. Los Angeles is pricey. I'm not sure how other actors are being treated, but I speak only for myself, and I'm well aware of what this could do to my relationship with the studio and client, but I gotta live, union or bust, for me going forward. Now, what exactly is he talking about? Well, when he was doing the voice acting for Genshin Impact for the additional voices, he was not getting paid. Now, a lot of people speculated that this was Hoyoverse's doing, but he's not the only one affected here. Insert Karina Boedger. Now, we know her, and it's officially on her page right here, as the voice of Paimon. Now, I rip on Paimon a little bit, but I love Karina. She's a great voice actor, in my personal opinion. She's got a long list, obviously, to her name. She's even Tornado in One Punch Man. I had no idea. And I didn't even know that she voiced in Nikke. So already she gets an upvote from me. But Karina is a fantastic voice actor. You know, she does amazing work. But she also was affected by this. Again, been working for months unpaid on a big project for a studio. I am owed thousands of dollars. I am struggling currently to pay rent because of this. This project has made billions. This project should be union. Now, this is going towards Formosa Interactive. Now, if you don't know Formosa Interactive, they work on art and audio for many, many games. This is only this is all the games that they've worked on from what you hear. You see God of War, you see Crackdown 3, League of Legends, Borderlands 3, Death Stranding, Genshin Impact, which is what we're talking about today. You know, and they've got a whole bunch of other games under their belt. They worked on Halo, Sunset Overdrive, The Last of Us, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Fire Emblem, freaking Uncharted, Mass Effect. There are so many games that Formosa Interactive has worked on that it's crazy to think that they're the ones that caused this issue. Now, Brandon even says later on, y'all really turned on me hard when you thought I was specifically going after Hoyo. So I'm squashing this now. Regardless of who is at fault, things should have never been allowed to get this bad. I will not be the bad guy for standing up for myself. And that is crucial because a lot of people will jump on the voice actors, especially if you're fans of Hoyoverse games like Honkai Impact 3rd, Honkai Star Rail, and of course, Genshin Impact. A lot of these people will actually get mad about this. And it's not to say that the Genshin Impact community is bad, it's just more so to say that there are die-hard Hoyoverse fans that do not understand that regardless of how much you love their game, you can't go and say that, you know, they're completely, you know, great at what they're doing. Now, this is an example of a bad thing, and a lot of people have gotten on me for white knighting, you know, Hoyoverse. I am not a white knight for Hoyoverse. I am just loving the games, and I talk about the games. When it comes to this situation, it was very sad to see, especially as somebody who wants to be a voice actor. It's very tough to see something like this, especially with the stuff with the writer strikes going on, and all these other things that are happening when it comes to actors being, you know, replaced with AI. It's really sad to see. So, I want to give an update. The big update is, oh, hold on one second, wrong one. The big update as of July 14th, and again, this video is a little late on this, but I really wanted to get all the information and give an overview. Hoyoverse has provided a statement regarding the missing payments for Genshin Impact voice actors. We truly regret to learn about the ongoing situation. Genshin Impact values and respects the work and effort of everyone involved, and we support our voice actors to claim their proper due. We have made payments to our recording studio on time, and we immediately urge the studio to pay our voice actors from our past payment. Meanwhile, we are also seeking alternative solutions, and we will keep you posted on further development. What does this mean? Well, this is professional speak for they're looking for a new studio to work with. And I honestly don't disagree with the statement. I honestly, you know, am very happy with the fact that Genshin Impact, or in this case Hoyoverse, is taking the initiative and saying, no, you're not gonna do this to our voice actors. They work so hard on this project. You will pay them, and after you pay them, we will discuss, you know, what we might do later. And honestly, I hope they find a better studio, because Formosa Interactive made a very, very, very big mistake. Big boo-boo, big duty type of thing going on right here. And of course, we have what happened with Brandon afterwards. I want to thank MiHoYo for moving so quickly on this. I haven't heard anything personally, but I'm glad steps are being taken to make things right. I'm really sorry it came to this and it had to be blown up like it did. I'm not sure if folks would have been made aware if not. And that is sad but true. Formosa Interactive, right, is a big studio, or a big a big studio in regards to voice acting and really like all this stuff. As you can see, concept art, 3D art, voiceovers, music, audio direction, and they've done a lot of stuff. You know, they're not a small studio. The fact that they got away with this for so long is what sucks. And, you know, it took Brandon, and it takes a lot of courage. Let me put it out there right now. Brandon had a lot of courage to stand up to, you know, Hoyoverse and Formosa Interactive. Even though we found out that it's really Formosa's fault because they took the money and ran, basically, in this sense. Until Genshin, or not Genshin, until Hoyoverse was like, no, pay our actors, and then we're finding a new studio. Well, we don't know if they are, but it's corporate speak that they're probably gonna find a new studio. So I'm really, really happy with this. Hoyoverse did the right thing. Now, I'm not going to say that this makes Hoyoverse not at fault for anything, because this went on for so long. Genshin Impact has been a project since 2019. And, you know, in regards to someone like Karina, who wasn't getting paid for a little bit. You know, Brandon Winkler, who voiced Kazua's, you know, friend, and that's in the 2.0, that, like, whole spectrum. Like, that's since the start of 2.0. That's 2 years ago. Like, he's gone on for that long without payment. So I'm not going to say that Hoyoverse is completely not at fault here, but Hoyoverse has taken the stance of, we're getting that money to you, we're gonna make sure that you're paid, and we're gonna seek possible other, you know, solutions, which is great. Overall, I don't normally cover stuff like this, but to me, it holds a special place in my heart. Again, as somebody who wants to become a voice actor at some point and has practiced and, you know, I may not have any professional stuff under my belt, this is something that scares me as somebody who's aspiring, and I'm sure it scares a lot of people. But what's really scary to me, and I really want to point this out, is this. I can't stress enough that if you are a Genshin Impact player, if you are a Honkai Star Rail player, if you are a Honkai Impact 3rd player, please, for the love of God, research what's going on and do not jump on somebody for calling out something that's wrong. Yes. Is it something that could stir the pot and possibly they could lose their job? Absolutely. And Brandon took a big risk here. But I don't think anyone should jump on him for calling out something that's wrong with a company. I am an advocate for being fair and just. And I will not sit here and say that, you know, Hoyoverse is not in the wrong, but I think we can all agree here, or at least for the most part, all of us can agree, that if something is wrong, it should be fixed. And Brandon did the right thing. Hoyoverse is taking the stand to help, you know, really fix this issue. And hopefully we don't have to see anything like this ever again from Hoyoverse. But who knows? It could happen again. I surely hope it doesn't, and I'm really glad that for the time being, there is a little bit of peace for Brandon Winkler and Korean Poetker. Now, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to talk about more of these types of issues. I was kind of worried about covering something like this because I didn't know how you guys were going to take it. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Again, I want to stress that this isn't to say that Hoyoverse is bad or Hoyoverse is good. Brandon is bad, Brandon is good, Karina is bad, Karina is good. This is more so just to report what is happening and give my honest take on it. So would love to hear your guys' opinions, of course. Guys, if you like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Genshin Impact video comes out. So, without any further delay, that's going to be it. Love you all to death. And as always, we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care and be safe.